Welcome to Law Watch episode 32. You may have seen news stories and posts on social media discussing the relative merits of the power of citizens' arrest. Well, there are some hidden traps we need to know about. Here to explain is former judge and now Mail Online contributor and author of the self-help law book, The Return of Breaking Law, Stephen Gold.
Hello. Policing Minister Chris Philip has been advocating that members of the public, that's you and me, might tackle the shoplifting epidemic by making citizens' arrests. That's when they see thieves stealing goods in supermarkets. But be very, very careful. As private persons, we do not have the same legal powers of arrest as police officers. Not even store detectives have the powers of police officers. In fact, just the same powers as us. These are the powers that we do have, and that's under the Police and Criminal Evidence Act of 1984. And they relate only to indictable offences. That would include shoplifting. An indictable offence is one which you can be tried for at the Crown Court, and so excludes parking on double yellow lines or dropping a page of the Return of Breaking Law into the gutter. How could you? We can arrest someone while they are in the act of committing the offence. That would catch them putting a bottle of wine inside their Macintosh pocket, or as in a case I once defended, picking up a melon and secreting it under their armpit, and then making for the exit doors. And we can arrest someone who's done that and actually left and walked down the street on their way to the next supermarket. But just supposing it transpires they were neither in the act of stealing, nor had already stolen. They could have been an actor filming a movie. They might never use a basket or trolley and always stuff goods into their pockets and have just forgotten to pay at the cash desk. Well, you may still be justified in the arrest, but only if you'd had reasonable grounds for suspecting an offence was being committed or that an offence had been committed. In the heat of the moment, did you have reasonable grounds? Did you make a mistake which you should not reasonably have made? Did you pounce too quickly? And although the law may be on your side in making an arrest, did you go over the top to effect it? You would have been entitled to use such force as was reasonable in the circumstances. 15 kicks may have been a few kicks too many. And you would have to show that it wasn't reasonably practicable for a police officer to arrest instead, and that you had reasonable grounds for believing that the arrest by you was necessary to prevent the person in question making off before a police officer could assume responsibility for them. Phew. Perhaps not such a good idea after all, eh? Maybe alert the shop staff instead, or if you and the thief or suspected thief have time on your hands, you could always dial 999. Well, I'm off to the shops right now. I did tell you that I had this habit of selecting grapes and eating them before I get to a checkout, didn't I? Keep abreast of the latest legal news on my blog. You can reach it at breakinglaw.co.uk. And if you sign up for alerts of my latest posts, not only will my publisher think I'm more popular than I actually am, but you'll be able to order a copy of my book, The Return of Breaking Law, and probably save a couple of quid on the price.